And now vehicular traffic will resume soon on the third mainland bridge as a temporary maintenance job being carried out on the bridge has come to an end. TVC News correspondent Theophilus Elama joins us now from the Adeniji axis of the bridge for more. Thank you so much for joining us, Theophilus.
Organs and agencies of government work together. Like the director of bridges just said, we've been working in close collaboration with federal government agencies. And that synergy was demonstrated in the way that traffic was managed since this exercise started. The agencies of the federal government, specifically handling traffic, we're talking about the Federal Road Safety Corporation and Lagos State's agency, LASMA, worked concertedly, especially with the support of the Nigeria Police, which Deputy Commissioner Operations is here. So we planned ahead, we anticipated what the traffic movements were, alternative routes were identified, and we deployed the requisite level and quantity of manpower that was required to bring ease to what would have been a most difficult period. And we're glad that from all the reports that we got that the inconveniences were minimized.
If this is anything to go by, I mean, it gives you a foretaste of what could happen when eventually the bridge is going to be partially closed during repairs, which will last beyond 1 month and all of that. It gives you a foretaste. Do you think this can be adequately managed, as it were?
Well, it may interest you to know that one of the first things we started discussing while we congregated here was like, okay, in case we had to do this, so we always plan ahead. If that eventuality would occur anytime soon, I assure you that the requisite authorities will sit down, and like we did this time, we'll come up with a very workable and realistic plan, and we'll ensure that we give Lagosians as stress-free as possible a solution while we're attending to the infrastructural maintenance needs of the state.
Rather than manage, I mean, is there anything the Lagos State is doing to, look at the holistic approach to, because you're just reacting. So rather than react, is there something you're trying to create to make sure that commuting experience in Lagos becomes worthwhile and universal too?
Yes, I'm sure you're well aware that the Lagos State government has a multimodal and integrated transportation master plan, which basically speaks to exploiting the major modes of transportation that are possible within our state. And we're speaking specifically about the road, the rail, and the water transportation modes. So we had a water transportation roundtable about a couple weeks ago, and plans are ongoing. We're at different stages of discussions with intended investors in rail and water transportation. We assure you that the administration of Akinwumi Ambode is determined to bequeath to Lagos a very sound foundation for a comprehensive, multimodal, integrated transportation master plan, not only for this time, but we're hoping that for the next generation we'll be able to give them something that is solid.
Okay, sir, let me just come in here. I'll take you a little bit back. After the incident that happened at Hotel Bridge, the state government actually came up with some plans. We were thinking that at this point in time, we'll have maybe seen some kind of result from that angle, from the plan you had, in terms of those articulated vehicles moving during the time. What has happened to that plan?
The plan is very well. Like you said, called it a plan. A plan means that we need to study the problem, which we have studied the problem. We need to have a solution. We have thousands of trucks that are parked all over our roads and highways. Lagos is a state that has very limited land area. So first of all, we need to find locations to take them. Second of all, we need to find that those locations are strong enough to carry the weight that needs to be carried. Then access roads need to be created to ensure that they move freely. And then to do an operation like that, we need scores of high ton capacity tow trucks, cranes, and whatnot. So it requires a lot of components, and we also need to work with our federal government agencies. And consultation and planning is ongoing. And I can assure Lagosians, in fact, over this Salah break, the governor and I still met and we discussed, tactically on how to resolve it. And I assure Lagosians that in the weeks ahead, it won't be long, we're going to take them off the roads completely.
So is the bridge open? Someone ready to take the answer? Is the bridge going to be open right away?
When is it going to be open?
When is it going to be open? Exactly.
Okay, I can announce to Lagosians and Nigerians that starting from 5 o'clock today, 5 p.m. in about 2 hours' time, the bridge is open and they're welcome to use it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Talk to police.
All right.
I will talk to police.
Hello, Theophilus.
All right, right now? Yeah.
Theophilus, finally residents can heave a sigh of relief with this development. What more can you tell us? How do you think Lagosians will respond to this development?
All right, Sarah, I'm sure Lagosians will be very, very happy with this development right now on this, as the third mainland bridge will be opened in about 2 hours from 1 hour 30 minutes from now. And I have an official of the Ministry of Transportation in Lagos State. Good afternoon, sir.
No, I'm the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, not Transportation in Lagos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So tell us now, what informed the early opening of the third mainland bridge?
Yeah, we promised that we'll carry out the test from Friday, early on Friday morning, that the bridge will be closed by midnight of Thursday and reopened by midnight of Sunday. Since we have already concluded all the tests on the expansion joints, we felt there was no need waiting till 12 midnight, and that those who want to make use of the bridge can make use of the bridge between now and, of course, it's open now for traffic. So having concluded our test, we felt it's right time for us to open it.
So when do we expect the results of the investigative maintenance to be out?
Hopefully to be out by next month. And then once it comes out, maintenance work also starts.
Okay, so for the maintenance, what do we expect? How long do you think it might be closed, going by the preliminary results that has been gotten here?
Yeah, the maintenance work is actually a 24-month period. And within that period, we are going to change some of the defective expansion joints. We're going to work on the repairs of some of the piles. We're going to work on some of the repairs of the pile caps and the rest of them.
All right, for record purposes, please introduce yourself.
Adedamola Kuti, Federal Controller of Works, Lagos.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Sarah, now we all have it.
Okay,
the third mainland bridge has been declared open, so from 5 p.m., Lagosians can now use the third mainland bridge.
Earlier, the controller was talking about the fact that the bridge, the maintenance test, the result will come out next month. When the maintenance test comes out next month, what are we expecting? Would there be palliative measures? Would there be construction or maintenance? Apart from the test, what will be done to the bridge if any, if there are any issues about the sustainability of the bridge? When the result comes out, what will be done after the result of the test?
Well, he said after the result will determine the next line of action, in the sense that they are going to have some repairs going on, and we don't know how long it's going to take, but once the result comes out, we will know how long it's going to take.
All right, thank you so much, Theophilus Elama, for that update. Our correspondent, Theophilus Elama, was giving us an update. All right, Theophilus.
All right, please talk to us about... All right, please talk to us now. This is the construction firm in charge of the investigative maintenance. That's Boroni Pronko, right?
That's right, yeah.
All right, so please talk to us about the investigative maintenance that went on here.
What was carried out here was check on the serviceability of the expansion joint to verify that some of them might have reached the end of their useful life, in which case once it is determined that the result of the test shows that the joint is outside the tolerance, it has to be replaced. This exercise had been carried on successfully before, and is an exercise that continues It just shows that the government is paying due attention to the maintenance, and we are imbibing this maintenance culture that government need to preserve the assets that it has constructed. It is something that has to be going on continuously, and I'm happy to see that this culture seems to have been coming deeply rooted now, because a replacement of a bridge of this nature would be very, very costly. Therefore, I think that everybody should have reason to be happy about this development. I also want to thank the people of Lagos State for their cooperation and for enduring the discomfort of of these 2 days, 3 days of closure. But we thank God the weather was permitted us to finish, and we are opening ahead of time so that everybody now will have no excuse to be back at work tomorrow morning.
Okay, so tell us now, should Lagosians be scared? The investigative maintenance of the Third Mainland Bridge has ripped up a lot of conversations and sentiments all around. So should we be scared about the strength and the durability of this bridge?
No, there is no scare. As you have seen, all hands are on deck to make sure that things are being done, are being looked at, and the proper action is being taken at the appropriate time. So I don't think that people should be really worried.